What did ancient Egyptian symbols mean? Ancient Egyptian symbols were a fusion between their ideas and their existence that took the shape of what the ancient Egyptians desired, who were very creative and organized, as each symbol had its own shape and meaning that came from their own lives. Each symbol played a role in their lives and often was related to ideas like life, death, birth, regeneration, power, love, protection, healing, weakness, hatred, and more. These symbols were referred to as the words of the gods and played a vital role in passing the culture and the beliefs of the ancient Egyptians from one generation to another. Each one of the Egypt symbols was a reflection of the power and wisdom of the gods and played a role in their lives, and often was related to ideas like life, death, birth, regeneration, truth, faith, fertility, power, wealth, luck, happiness, lust, love, protection, healing, weakness, hatred, peace, and more. 1. The Ankh symbol of life. The Ankh symbol can be seen in the hands of mostly all the pharaohs and the ancient Egyptian gods and goddesses. It's also known as Crux Ansata by Coptic Christians, which represents life and immortality. That symbol appears in paintings, on temple walls, and in tombs, as it was the key to existence and used as an amulet to provide divine protection, to the point where it was believed to be the key that can open the door to the after. The Ankh can be viewed as a symbol of joy and balance between masculinity and femininity. The ancient Egyptian symbol was referred to as the key of the Nile River, which represents the eternal union of heaven and earth. The symbol of Ankh was often seen with the Djed and the Wa symbols. 2. The Djed symbol of stability. The Djed is known as the backbone of Osiris. It represents strength and stability and is linked to Osiris, god of the underworld, and Ptah, god of creation, which makes it a symbol of resurrection and eternal life. Ancient Egyptians believed the Djed pillar was a combination of 4 pillars that held the 4 corners of the earth. It was also used as a fertility pole that rose during festivals that emphasized balance in life and hope in the afterlife, provided by the great gods and goddesses of ancient Egypt. In the Old Kingdom of Egypt, 26132-181 BC, the ancient Egyptian symbol was featured on many temples, in the Book of the Dead in various versions, and used as an amulet. A Djed column is often on the bottom of coffins, where the backbone of the deceased would lay in order for the soul to stand up and walk into the afterlife. The raising of the Djed pillar was viewed as the grains rising from the earth, plus it also shows the soul rising up from the body and moving to the afterlife. In the Book of the Dead, the Djed symbol is associated with directing the soul to leave the body and head towards the afterlife, leaving the earth behind. A Djed column is often on the bottom of coffins, where the backbone of the deceased would lay in order for the soul to stand up and walk into the afterlife. 3. The Scepter, symbol of power. It was an ancient Egyptian symbol of power and dominion of the god and the king in ancient Egyptian history and culture. The ancient Egyptians believed the sky was supported on 4 pillars in the shape of a scepter. It is known as sculptor of the earth, which presented the absolute meaning of completeness and totality. The staff is topped with the head of a canine, which was developed in the time of King Djed, c. 3029-90 BCE, of the First Dynasty. Each god had his own specter like Hathor, Isis, Ra, and many others. The god Ptah was able to combine the Anka, Djed, and the Waz into his scepter. That was the only thing that fit his holiness. Since it was featured many times with Set, the god of chaos, the symbol was linked to the ideas of the desert and war. The concept of the scepter would chance ideas depending on who was carrying the staff, as in the hands of Isis, it represented duality and fertility. In the hands of Hathor, it represented happiness. In the hands of Horus, it symbolizes the sky. And in the hands of Ra, it symbolizes rebirth. 4. The Scarab, the symbol of transformation. The Scarab symbol was one of the most well-known symbols of ancient Egypt during the first intermediate period, 218-12040 BCE, until the rise of Christianity. This ancient Egyptian symbol is seen in Egyptian art and iconography, which is a species of the dung beetle. The shape of the scarab amulet came from the act of rolling the dung into a ball and laying its eggs in it, and the dung served as food for the young when they hatched. Ancient Egyptians saw life coming from nothing, which represented transformation, the recreation of life, and resurrection. The scarab was identified with the god Khepri, who is more like Ra's assistant who rolls the ball of the sun across the sky. The scarab hieroglyph letter refers to the ideas of existence, transformation, growth, effectiveness, and divine manifestation, which explain why the symbol was used in describing the titles of officials, governmental places, and creating official royal seals. The most common scarab amulets were the hard stone made from amethyst, green jasper, and carnelian. 5. The Tayet symbol of feminism, the ancient Egyptian symbol Tayet, also known as Djed, Tayet/Tayet, known as the knot of Isis or the blood of Isis. Looks a lot like the Ankh symbol, except for its arms curved down. The symbol dates to the Old Kingdom, 2613 to 2181 BC, and represents the female genitalia. It was used as a funerary amulet made of a red stone or glass and was associated with many ancient Egyptian goddesses as well as Isis. It stands as a symbol for the female reproductive organs and the goddess Isis in her role as the universal mother. The Tayet was combined with the Djed to offer the complete union of feminine power and masculine power. The symbol was also linked to the Nephthys with the concepts of burial and resurrection. It symbolizes the ideas of eternal life and resurrection. It is often paired with the Ankh, offering the protection and security of both Isis and Osiris. In the New Kingdom of Egypt, 1570 to 1050 BC, when Egypt reached its full glory and the cult of Isis reached its peak, the symbol became very famous.